Hey guys, last weekend I was talking with Tom Geisier, and sorry Tom if I butchered your name. I was uh, laying out to me, the right hand side turnout and filing a bunch of gaps in the ties, about 60 in all. So here we are, got all the ties glued down, and we're starting to lay rail for that turnout. That's the number 4.5, I think. And it's kind of fun having somebody to yak at while you're doing all this stuff. So Tom's engineer for Union Pacific over in Minnesota somewhere, and we were talking about rail and rail joints and making fun of Ralph and having a good old time. He was watching his paint dry on his tank cars or whatever he was. I don't even know what he was weathering, but he's got a really nice mining layout that you may have seen pictures of on Model Railroad Hobbyist. Anyway, we talked to the wee hours of the morning, and I managed to get this entire turnout built, gauged, and everything except for the throw bar. And Tom pointed out to me that you don't have to put the actuator wire actually in between the rails. You can drill your hole off to the side and mount your actuator over that way. So if you're working with a lot of turnouts in a tight space where you might have problems with them running into each other, you might give that a thought. So then here we pick up with tonight's episode. This is after the show finished recording, and Mr. Slater and Mr. Rent and Peter and Bob Dye and Hoffy were on, and we were talking about Mike and his station and Clamato and Bud Light with lime. And I was filing rails and lost one of the guardrails somewhere, so I had to make a new one. But I managed to get all the guardrails in, the first rail with its guardrail of the crossing route, and the point for that number 5 turnout on the left side put in place. And I actually did manage to cut the slot for the second rail going through, but I haven't cut the grooves on the bottom of the second stock rail for that turnout. And it was midnight, so decided to call a night. Had a great time talking and modeling with these guys, and it's coming along. I'll get out there tomorrow and finish up that turnout on the left side and get the gaps cut and test that whole mess for electrical integrity, and then we're ready to put it on the layout. So that'll be exciting. Some actual track laying on a shelf. At some point during this week, I was talking with Lionel too, so I don't know when that was. I lose track of time when you're making turnouts. So there's what it looks like at the end of the night. There's a little clearer one. So a little bit more work to do. See you next time.